Hey guys, have you ever thought about why the wealthiest people in the world choose to live modestly or just look poor? It's not just about saving money. There are real tangible benefits to looking poor. Today I'm going to break down several of the benefits of looking poor with examples you definitely can relate to. Let's get into it. The very first thing is financial freedom. When you're not spending time trying to impress people, you save more and even save smarter. I know all about this personally because I have been one that have tried to impress girlfriends, friends, family members, colleagues, employers. I've been there. So I understand how easy it can be to try to impress others. But guys, when you stop impressing others, you reap the benefit, which is financial freedom. Take, for instance, Warren Buffett. This guy is one of the wealthiest people in the world. Despite the fact that he is very wealthy and probably one of the richest, he has lived in the same home since 1958. That's why it's so important, guys, to not look like you have money, but look reserved and even poor. I still have the same car that I've had for probably 14, 15 years. Yeah, I can go out and buy another one, but I have no need for a new car when the one I have does everything I need it to do. Next, you want to avoid being on that treadmill, guys. This is when you keep upgrading your life in every aspect. You go out and you buy a new house when the one you have serves you well. You go out and you buy more jewelry, or you go out and buy a new car, or you just go out and just shop, buying new clothing, buying things that you don't need. Things that you would like to have, of course, but definitely things that you don't need. Everything in your life is upgraded. You go out and get a new cell phone when you really don't need one. And you do all of this just to feel satisfied. But I have you to know that the satisfaction really doesn't last very long. By living very simple and looking poor, you break that cycle and you're able to truly focus on what really makes you happy. Here's a fun one: negotiating power. When you don't flaunt your wealth, people are more willing to provide you with discounts. Not to mention they don't overcharge you. And I know we all have experienced some type of price gouging. And a lot of times, believe it or not, it's because of the way we present. So when you look poor, people are less likely to do that to you. Think about if you were going out and you really wanted to buy like a new car, and you showed up in designer clothing. The dealer is going to automatically think that because you are dressed, that you have really deep pockets and you got plenty of money and a lot to spend on a vehicle. If you are dressed differently and you look modestly or you look poor, there's a great likelihood that he is going to help you as much as he can. Not to mention you're going to get a fair deal more often than not. So it's in your best interest to always dress down, look poor, and reap the benefits of doing so. Not to mention it's going to help you build wealth over a long period of time by all the cost savings of looking poor. Do you know that even by living modestly reduces the social stress that's associated with just living on a daily basis? You're no longer stuck in that rat race of looking like the Joneses. And I know that we all have tried at some point, and some of us, if not most of us, have failed miserably. I know for me, I've tried and I can't keep up. By not trying to keep up with the Joneses, you're able to operate in your own environment based on your desires for yourself. You're able to set your own goals and live your life on your terms. That's why it's so important to live a very modest life and to capitalize off looking poor or living a life that doesn't spend every dime that you make. The next one is really a big one. Authentic relationships are formed. When you look like you're not rolling around in cash, you attract people who want to have a relationship with who you are and not what you have or what you can provide for them. This is a way to build real meaningful connections. And believe it or not, it's all because of the way you look. Now you understand exactly what I mean by looking poor has its advantages and benefits. Do you know that when you look poor, there's a great likelihood that you're going to have an increased savings and more to invest? That's right, guys. By not spending your money on flashy items, you have more money to invest and to build your wealth. Imagine, I know many of you have a desire to have that expensive bag for the ladies and those expensive tickets for a sporting event for many people. Just imagine for 1 minute that you didn't purchase that expensive bag or those tickets, and you took that same amount of money and you invested that into stocks. Or you could even just start a side hustle. That is how you make your money work for you, by minimizing your spend on things that don't make sense or things that are not necessities, and taking that same money and putting it into an investment. But it all starts with you and your presentation, and quite frankly, your ability to live poor or look poor and live modestly. I know that you probably even thought about this, but a huge benefit of looking poor is enhanced security. When you look modest or you look poor, you are safer, because if you are flaunting your wealth, you are or you will become a target for any type of theft or scams. But if you keep a low profile, there's a great likelihood that all of that stuff is going to go clean over you, and you're less likely to attract unwanted attention. That is huge, especially if you're a person that travel to unfamiliar areas, or you are quite frequent in places that you're not 100% sure of your whereabouts. You don't want to attract the wrong people by way of what you're driving or how you look. You want to fall in line with the average person and be able to handle your business or your need for being there and just living a simple life. You can also focus on personal development. When you're not consumed with material possessions, you can really focus on personal growth, whether it's learning a new skill, increasing or enhancing your education, or building your career. Living simple will give you the bandwidth to thrive. And believe it or not, it's good for your mental health, because you're thriving and you're not having to worry about keeping up with all those material values that you've acquired that aren't necessities and won't satisfy you over the long period of time. Guys, looking poor will teach you empathy and humility. You're more likely to connect with people from all walks of life based on the way you look. Not only will you be able to connect with them, you'll also understand their struggles. I know for me, I grew up extremely poor, so I get it. I was able to interact with a lot of people, not because I was looking poor, because I was poor, but I was willing to have a conversation with people. And believe me, because I came from very humble beginnings, I am now reaping the rewards. So looking poor really, really, really can help improve who we are as individuals and give us a new perspective on life. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. Looking poor or living modestly will always help your mindset in terms of accumulating wealth. Every dollar that you don't spend on flashy items is a dollar that you can spend on growing your wealth. You could do it through investments, savings, however you choose to, but it's definitely a dollar saved for wealth building, which will set you up for financial freedom in the future. So there you have it. I've given you 10 different benefits of looking poor. It's not about deprivation at all, guys. It's all about making smarter choices to have a fulfilling and more richer life. So what do you think? Would you try this approach? I've tried it and benefited from it all my life. Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, take care and stay wise.